Coming up next, it's Live with Regis and Kathie Lee on location at Minnesota's Twin Cities. Today, he's a stand-up comic who comes from a different world. Hear how Sinbad is completely caught up in Super Bowl excitement. Plus, would you believe this contraption was used to determine your problems? Stay tuned as we check out questionable medical devices. And so what if it's cold outside? We'll show you how the folks of Minnesota have fun in the winter sun. And birds of a feather don't always flock together. Meet the Minnesota Zoo's prize parrot, Alex. He not only talks, he's a born entertainment. All next on Live. Now, here's Regis Philbin and Kathie Lee Gifford.
You are. Hi, guys. Oh, I love those. Hi, gang.
A good hair day. He didn't go. Hi, everybody. Can you wave? He won't leave me, Reach.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you very much. You all know Brody.
Please give Uncle Reach a kiss.
Loves me. Anyway, just in case you think I'm favoring the Bills, no, I'm not. I've got the Redskins bag right here.
Got my Redskins jacket. And I'm so embarrassed, Reach. I'm wearing the same outfit that I had on at the North Stars hockey game the other night.
And everybody saw that.
And everybody's talking about it. I'm so upset. All right, I don't have that many outfits, okay? Here, Coach, we'll go see Christine. Okay? Okay.
There's the nanny.
Say bye-bye. The child won't leave me alone. He thinks I'm his mother.
Yes. He gets confused every now and then. He thinks you're his mother. Right, okay. Friday, January 24th, 1992, our second day here in the Twin Cities. We're all getting geared up for the big Super Bowl. Incidentally, this is the Super Bowl program, which is quite a magazine in its own right. You know, Super Bowl XXVI, that's what it's going to look like.
They're charging $10 for that, Reach.
Is that right?
Look at that.
Yeah, by God, it is. $10. There's the Metrodome and the Skyline. And here is the famous Vince Lombardi Trophy, which is what it's all about.
We've got about 10 of those at home. They really get in the way.
And here it is in person, everybody.
Yes.
Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful, Reach?
Boy, that is really special, isn't it?
You think you've got something? You think you've got something? I know this costs $10,000. It's made by Tiffany's and all that.
Yeah.
I came to Minnesota to get my official spam watch. Huh?
Hey.
Spam originated here. I'm so excited.
And it goes with everything else on your wrist, too.
It goes so beautifully. This is for you, Mom. I'm bringing it home.
Anyway, the big kickoff, Sunday night, 6 o'clock. CBS got it this year. 720 million people they're expecting worldwide in 50 countries to be watching that. The ticket price is $150.
I guess we won't be going.
The first one went for $12 26 years ago, and each team receives $36,000 and the losers $18,000. So it's a big payday.
It's worth it just to show up, basically. Huh?
Now, here's the, the Vikings. They've been in it 4 times, and this is their... You know what? I love the Metrodome, but I'll always remember the old days when the Vikings played and there was Bud Grant, you know, in the hat
and
with the thing.
The steam coming out of his ears and nose and mouth.
Steam came out of every orifice of Bud Grant. Everywhere there was steam pouring out.
You know what, Reach? That's when real men played football.
But on Sunday night, you'll all be seeing the Metrodome, which is a gorgeous stadium. The temperature will be about 72 degrees, regardless of what the temperature is outside.
You want to make a prediction, my dear?
Gosh, I really don't. I don't want to alienate anybody. Everybody seems to be favoring, not everybody, but most seem to be favoring the Redskins because they have more guns, I guess, more ability to score.
But anything can happen.
Anything can happen, especially on the carpet.
The Bills are used to this kind of turf.
That's right, they certainly are. That'll be a big advantage for them.
I do pick the Redskins by 3, but I'm not choosing any particular team. I just think that's what's going to happen. Of course, I did grow up in Washington, D.C., but I'm not the least bit biased. And
Is that by 3 home runs or 3 innings? Or
3 hockey
I'm picking them by 3.
Oh, we had to give our prognostication to a newspaper the other day. What did you say?
Well, I said the Redskins. I thought the
By
Redskins
how many?
By 3. All right,
Boy,
now,
do you need me.
let me, yeah. Let me show you. You know, did you ever look inside a football player's mouth? I know you have, but the rest of us. I'm hot.
You will really pay for that one.
These are the mouth guards they wear
I
because
thought they looked familiar.
they take terrific poundings, you know, and now they come in any color you want.
I'm sorry, but I've been wearing one of those for my teeth my whole life. What's the big deal?
Well, the fellow who invented these mouth guards that are now used by all 28 NFL teams comes from right here in Minneapolis.
This and Spam
Yes.
too?
He's the president of Easy Guard Industries, and his name is John Kittleson. John, come on out here. Yes. Look at this, 25 years old.
Hi, Regis.
How you doing?
Welcome to Minneapolis.
Hi, John. How are you?
Good. Fantastic.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to be
what
here.
is
Boy,
this
have I
made out
got a
of?
nanny for you.
This is ethylene vinyl acetate, which is a material that can be formed in boiling water or through a custom mouth guard with your dentist. And you just boil this in water and fit it to your teeth and get it up in there and protect yourself with different colors. We've got
From all kinds
Whatever
of
color that matches your uniform, right?
exactly. We've got all the different. We've got glow in the dark mouth guards and some new safety features.
But it's got to be fitted by your dentist. We have the dentist for the New York Football Giants and several other, the Red Devils. In fact, he is the New Jersey dentist himself. Here's you guarding. Hi, doctor. How you doing? Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. New Jersey Devils, the Nets, and the Giants.
That's correct.
All of them are wearing them now.
Well, most of them are, yes.
As a matter of fact, you know what?
They should be
Kathy,
wearing
not
them.
only does it protect your teeth, but it actually makes you stronger. He's made me a little lift, you know, for when I go to the gym and work out.
Yes.
I can lift more weights because of that.
Exactly
Because
right.
when you grit your teeth, you can do a lot of damage, can't you?
Exactly.
That's right.
You're gritting your teeth. It causes a lot of abrasion. And you know, mouth guards themselves serve 3 purposes. Number 1, they prevent injuries to the teeth, either fracture or either avulsion, which means complete loss of a tooth. They also serve to protect the soft tissues, the gums, the lips, the tongue. And third and most important, they prevent concussion, because instead of the force being distributed right through your jaw joint, into your skull, and into your neck, the impact, it's absorbed by that, and that is extremely important.
boy.
Most sports
This young
today.
kid invented
Can you
this.
believe this?
Yeah.
Hey, we've got
25 years old.
some crazy Ninja Turtle stuff here for maybe Cody in a year or two when he's ready to.
All right, well, look, let's show everybody how they formulate this, how it's fitted to everybody. See, Gelman, why we haven't seen much of you in the last 2 days. Why don't you come on up here, and you'll be our... I did mine, yes, but just to show everybody, I don't want
I'll
that.
stick this over you so you don't get
This will
dirty
shut
at
up
all.
Gelman once and for all.
Let me just see.
This won't hurt a bit.
Not a bit, Gelman, no.
I just want to see what size tray we're going to need.
Big one.
Big tray.
Big tray?
Very
Okay.
big
Yeah.
You want to mix that out?
Okay.
Now, what...
Now,
Actually-
I'm going to be mixing a reversible material. It's going to set real fast in his mouth and give him a custom-made mouth
That's
guard.
actual plaster you're working with there,
No,
isn't it?
it's a softer, it's a
what I say, it's
elastic
not
material.
plaster.
If it's plaster, we would have our little problems getting it out.
Well, put plaster in there.
Speak while you can, Gelman, because
You know,
you're
there
going
are
to be
many-
silent for a few minutes.
Now, are you watching this? You watching what he's doing? He's putting
Yep.
this into the... We don't have a camera
just
here,
like
but
a tree.
there it is right
Putting
there.
this into,
Into the mold,
into a
right?
disposable tray, and we're going to leave it there for just about a minute or so.
Do I
I'm
get
just
nitrous
fascinated
oxide
to
with
wonder
it?
Oh,
what
yes.
kind of a mind
Open your mouth,
thinks about
Gelman.
stuff like this.
What kind of a mind? An inventive mind. Oh!
Okay, now let's talk about Gelman.
This would probably be a real good time to tell everybody that I'm going to be at Dayton's a little later in the afternoon.
Why don't you tell him that?
Many sports already make it mandatory to wear mouth guards. Hockey, boxing. How you doing? Okay, this will be just another minute or so.
Yeah, I'm going to be out there greeting all
Many
the folks.
sports make it
It's gonna be
mandatory
nice.
to have this, but most of the errors, most of the injuries I see are in basketball, soccer, rollerblading,
Yeah,
those
it can
type
be
of
very
injuries. That's why you just have to wear these things all the time. It's very, very important.
Now, don't
Get
get
the kid
nervous. He is
gloves
putting
on.
on a glove, but
Yes,
don't worry
Gelman,
about it.
yes.
That's all.
We don't want you to catch anything. What? Yes.
Oh, he's
all
trying
right.
to tell us that we haven't told everybody who's on
Well,
the
let's
show
talk about
today.
the show while
At
we're
the
waiting
end?
here.
What?
While you're getting set up, Doc, just let me say we have the great comedian Sinbad will be coming out here in just a few minutes. Yes. What else?
We have Julie Ann Lee from the Minnesota Zoo. She's going to show us some rare animals.
Zoo here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I think it's the second biggest zoo in the country, right?
We're going to see a wonderful reindeer, I know, because Cody, who's brilliant, keeps going, moo. I go, no, Reach, it's not a cow. Reindeer.
Also, Gary Lumpkin, who is a terrific personality.
Lumpkin's
Gary's here. Yes, from Channel 5. Great personality who will show everybody in the country how the Minnesotans get through a winter and actually enjoy it.
We're going to also have questionable medical devices, although
Yeah,
this
gee,
is
Gilman,
not one
that's
of
very
them.
attractive there, that stuff all over your face. Gilman originally had me scheduled for that, but I'm a little, have to get up early in the morning to make me do that, Gilman.
Now,
Open your mouth,
after
big
this-
smile, Gilman. Let's see. Oh, good.
Great patient.
All right.
We'll
Right
have
after
this by
this, he
the end
goes
of the
over to that,
by the end of the
doesn't
show. We'll have this.
Yes, and
He
there's
gets his hair done.
There's a fellow who has a museum here in town filled with questionable medical devices, Bob McCoy, and Bob will get to you just as soon as your hair is done. All right. So you're coming back with Gilman's mouth guard, right?
Absolutely.
All right, fine. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back in just a moment with Sinbad.
Still ahead from Minneapolis, St. Paul, comedian actor, the hilarious Sinbad. A look at some real Minnesota fun with Gary Lumpkin. A look at some interesting animals from the Minnesota Zoo and some very questionable medical devices.
Come on, Betty. Make my meal. These scalloped potatoes, so creamy, piping hot, real Idaho russets. I like them a lot.
Betty's Easy Scalloped, the potatoes that make the meal.
Ah, there goes the sun. Going, gone.
Do it again, Daddy.
Lifesavers candy. Isn't life delicious?
Call me a trendsetter, but I was eating wheat thins before people knew why they were baked and not fried. Now everybody knows who needs a greasy chip, right? Besides, wheat thins are delicious. Delicious is still in, isn't it?
Can you believe it when some margarines say buttery taste and there's no butter in them? Kraft Touch of Butter spread has rich, creamy butter in it. Just a touch. Kraft Touch of Butter. A touch of real butter makes a real difference.
Coming to you from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, as everybody gets ready for the 26th annual Super Bowl game, and guess who blew into town?
Another tall person, like we need another tall person. Everybody's huge
They
here.
are huge. Well, all the football players
I
here.
don't mean, I mean tall. Every time I get in an elevator, I look up and say hello to everybody. I don't know what they're eating around here.
Well, this tall one is here to honor and roast Ahmad Rashad at the kickoff party for the Super Bowl with Bill Murray as master of ceremonies. That took place, incidentally, last night. And here he is, a great comedian, Sinbad. Sinbad,
How you doing?
Good to see you. Sinbad the tail, man.
Oh, man. Been looking up at everybody, huh?
Yeah.
I've been looking up at everybody.
But
It
you
must
would-
be the spam.
You would look up at anybody anyway. You're not like a giant woman.
No, I'm not a giant woman, but everybody looks very healthy around here.
Oh, yeah.
Sinbad, you left a different world, huh?
Yeah.
After a number of years there.
Yeah, 4 years.
You had a lot of fun, but it was time to move on.
Yeah, it was a great job. I mean, I had a good time. I missed the cast members, but, you know, it's time. You know, you want to get your own gig now.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah?
Sure.
And I saw one of your first gigs after that on the plane the other day. Necessary Roughness.
I was on the plane already, huh? Yeah, yeah, it's doing real well now.
Is it too late to go back?
Is that bad that it's on the plane?
If it's on the plane, we're not making money anywhere else.
Well, all I know is I was sitting with Frank, and it's a football movie. I thought it was hysterical, and Frank wasn't even listening and laughing hard because it's a very funny movie.
You play a football player?
I played a football player, which, you know, it wasn't hard for me because I played in the NFL for 4 years.
Did
so
you?
A lot of people don't know that.
Under what name?
I played under the name Abdul Rahim at the time. I was one of the great tight ends of our time. I was good.
You were in the world, the Canadian football.
I played in the NFL. A lot of people realize I got injured. back in 1969, and that's not retired from the game.
Oh, gee, it's not in your bio. How could we?
How did we miss that?
I don't want people to like me because I was a pro athlete, so I don't
see,
talk
I understand.
about it. I want to be.
You want to earn that.
And you had a little fling at basketball too, didn't you? Yeah, sure.
Now that he really did.
I played ball, in college.
38 vertical?
It was about 38, 45. It was close to one of those numbers.
What is it now, Sinbad?
About 12.
But you're doing real well, and you got the comedy thing going. I know you're going into Las Vegas with Joan Rivers.
And this for me is a trick. Cause like now I'm getting a chance to work with the people that were like my idols. So it's a kind of strange thing.
Who was your idol anyway growing up? Was there one comedian that
The first comic I ever saw in life, I was 4 or 5 years old, and I don't want to make him sound old, was my man, Alan King.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I was a little kid, and I heard him talking about mothers-in-law. And I didn't know what a mother-in-law was.
Yeah.
But you knew it was funny.
I snuck out the bedroom and watched this man tell jokes.
Isn't that, that's really something, because here's a highly sophisticated comedian, you know, who uses
The English language
beautifully.
Yeah, it was something about him that just, I mean, I was a kid, and I kept going into the room. My mother would go back to bed, and I go like, I want to be this guy.
Yeah. Now, you remember your very first appearance as a comedian? Was it one of those smoky little clubs?
Oh, man, my first appearance was at a party. At a birthday party. I got for $50. I mean, I thought I was gonna be rich, and it was for a priest. And they hid me in the bathroom. It was his birthday, and I stayed in the bathroom with this dog for like an hour. And they would keep opening the door. He's almost here. Boom! And they shut the door on me. I was like this. I hope I make more money next time, Jack.
What was the dog doing there?
The dog was looking like this, like, why are you here?
You better be funny.
He just said the dog was mad. I was in his domain.
Yeah, sure.
And he was looking at me like, why are you in this room? And he would keep nudging me. It was big old St. Bernard. And I'm like, I can't leave. They won't let me outside.
Well, you're lucky. Usually they piddle where they have a territorial thing.
If he had piddled, we'd be flooded. That's a big dog, man. We'd have floated out that door. Hey!
What are you doing in Iraq now? Are you focusing on any particular era?
I'm talking about the 70s right now.
70s, yeah. What were they like?
The 70s was, you know, I look at the kids trying to bring the 70s back with the colors and the clothes, but you can't bring that back. Oh, we were messed up looking. We wore.
You know, whenever we have one of those retrospective fashion shows, you realize how crazy it was.
We hated it the first
and
time.
the haircuts were.
No, we didn't hate it. We thought we were happening.
Yeah.
You probably had a big bouffant with. I bet you had some mini skirt with them little funny boots. I bet you did.
Well, some things never change. No, you know, I had very, very long hair, about 9 inches past my waist.
Were you hippie?
I was.
He's a hippie.
Semi-hippie.
You were a hippie, weren't you?
Yeah.
You can't be a semi-hippie. Either you were a hippie or you weren't.
hippie or
Well,
you
that
weren't.
was my problem.
A fake hippie. Peace, I'm playing.
So you're having some fun with the 70s. You talk about the fashions,
Talk about growing up. It was a different time. It was still a time of innocence. Remember when kids were kids? I mean, we played outside, and your first kiss didn't happen to you like 9th grade. Yeah. Nowadays, kids, kids in 5th grade, I'm thinking I'm married this woman. I've been hanging out with her for the last 3 years, and there's no more innocence. They see it all on TV. They can see it in the movies, and they grow up at such a young age. I think they miss the whole. I saw My Girl, the movie My Girl, and I said, gosh, that's how it was growing up. These little kids were so innocent.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin.
When they were gonna run away and go see the Brady Bunch, they actually we thought people like that lived.
I think maybe in the rural areas they still do have a sense of innocence. The cities are tough.
I don't think even in rural areas now. You got all kind of dope coming out to the rural areas now. You have HBO no matter where you go. You get the satellite dishes. So nobody's really that innocent anymore.
Well, what you do is like Bette Midler. You say your child can't watch TV.
Yeah, right. And the kid's like, yeah, right, mommy. She's gone.
She's 4 years old or something now. Doesn't let her child
That's
see
right. I heard that in that interview. Who are you rooting for in the game?
I'm gonna have to say I'm going with Buffalo.
Oh, yeah?
So going Buffalo.
You're gonna buck the trend.
Any particular reason?
Well, Buffalo Bills, I did a show in Buffalo. We were at Luther Vandross tour, and they came to my dressing room. The players came down, they talked to me.
That's right.
And I got them tickets, and they were cool, man.
Yeah.
When I went to Washington, did nobody speak to me? I got nothing. No tickets, nothing. I paid for all my food.
Oh.
That's
you mean
not
like
fair,
a real
is it?
person?
Yeah. So I got to go with Buffalo.
All right,
You
good
got
enough.
a point spread?
I have a point spread. I have my own point spread. I believe anywhere between 1 and 12 points, somebody should get paid. I believe we should get paid if you get anywhere within 12 points.
It's the American way.
That's the way we should be.
All right, well, Sinbad's got the Joan Rivers thing in Las Vegas on March 25th. You had a good time by the Mod Rashad here in Minneapolis.
It was a great time.
And we thank you so much for coming by,
All
Sinbad.
right.
Always good to see you, okay? Yes, the big Sinbad. We'll be right back with Gary Lumpkin from Channel 5 here in the Twin Cities.
Monday on Live, back in our New York studios, the inspirational and energetic Richard Simmons.
chunky. The chunkiest. Tonight, the sauces are chunkiest. Ragu Chunky Garden Style.
Stain-resistant rugs resist most stains, but some are irresistible. That's why there's Woolite Tough Stain Rug Cleaner. It's tough on stains, but safe even on stain-resistant rugs. Trust Woolite Tough Stain.
Left to themselves, dogs tend to seek out the foods they need. There's your proof. See, everything you need to know about nourishing your dog over a lifetime is in this bag of Alpo. Meat protein, balanced with grain, and 37 essential nutrients. No artificial colors or flavors. Dogs just seem to know what's good for them.
Fortunately, so does Alpo.
Alpo, generations of healthy, happy pets.
All right. Just want to acknowledge some local folks who helped us out here with our ticket distribution. We just were interviewed on their radio station, KSFM. Yes, Donuts and Kim.
And Kim.
Yeah.
Where are they?
KS 95 FM. Speaking of local talent, and there's a lot of great talent, and a lot of great talent has come out of this area, both for television and the movies, and as we said yesterday, in politics as well, the great Hubert H. Humphrey. But in any event, our next guest has held the same job for 10 years now. He used to be a football coach. I met him when I came out to address a senior options convention here in Minneapolis in October.
You are so hot.
And he came here and he interviewed me. We had a wonderful time over at the Target Center. And he's the kind of guy that, well, he was a football coach, fell in love with television, became a roving reporter, and he's the guy that does it all here. And he's going to show you.
Now he thinks he's John Madden.
Yeah, and now he's going to show you what life is like here in the winter. Here is Gary Lumpkin. Hi, Gary.
How you doing? Good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Gary is part of a terrific local show called Good Company.
That's correct.
Yes, you're there every day, and you're out in the field doing various things, huh?
That's right. They give me great things to do. I'm really lucky. I don't have to have a...
Your mother's here.
Thank you very much, Mom. I appreciate it. Yeah. But I don't have to be an adult. I get to play and have fun.
Yeah,
That's why we love our jobs.
Yeah, tell us about some of the things. Where did you hear this?
Well, in the course of the 10 years, you know, we cover a lot of ordinary events too, but we get the chance to participate in those events. So we've done everything from bungee jumping to riding bulls and rodeos to race car driving to walking the high wire with the great Walindas. Just a lot of fun stuff like that. So it's been...
Will your mother shut up, please? Trying to do a television. Let's take a short clip now, and this will explain what Gary does. All right, why don't you roll that, Gilman? You've been nagging me about it, and where is it? Here it is, yes. Oh, there he is, right on top of that plane. Yeah. Gary, was there any reason for that? Oh, I hope that springs up. Hey! Oh, my God. How do you like that?
That's just some of the
I
stuff.
don't like to go outside on a snowy day.
I know. Neither do I. Gary used to coach at the University of Utah?
University of Utah was the last place, Long Beach State in California before that.
Kind of fell in love with the whole communication.
It just was a real fluky thing that I got out of coaching and into TV in Utah.
Meant for it, Gary.
And then and it just happened, and it came here, and it's been 10 years.
Well, now the winters here are legendary, you know, and people around the country say, oh, when they think of winter, they think of the Twin Cities and the wind swirling and so on. But the folks here not only adapt, but kind of thrive on it.
Well, no, you were talking about Bud Grant, of course, on the sidelines and thriving and stuff like that. I grew up in Southern California, and I was terrified of what the winters would be like when I was told to come here and had the chance to come here. But I found out that people don't just hibernate by any means. They not only get out and about, but they do a lot more than just skiing and skating and sledding and stuff like that. And in the course of the years, we've had a chance to participate in some of the more unusual things.
All right, they make winter a part of their lives, and here to show you how it's done is Gary Lumpkin.
What's
little
this?
retrospective now of his work.
Yes, even when it's 10 below zero like it was on this day, Minnesotans are crazy about winter. And what could be more crazy than this Get Down the Hill contest? Just regular folks who found all kinds of irregular ways to have fun. And that means riding on anything from the height of a stepladder to the comforts of a living room couch.
And here they go. Our second heat is underway. Whoa, the TV crowd is definitely racing down the hill. There's a lot of weight. Oh my gosh, they're coming right at the camera. No, they spun out. The ladder seems to be making it. I thought for sure that ladder would crash, but he's staying upright. Unbelievable.
You're unbelievable.
And if you think that's unbelievable, check this out. Climbing up a sheer wall of ice.
I tell you, it's kind of an odd feeling when you think about it. I mean, you're kind of hanging on to a solid wall of ice about 50 feet above the ground.
You know that expression, like a fly on the wall? Well, that's exactly how this feels. Now you can climb ice, or you can slide on it. In this case, ice boarding on a frozen lake. Think of it as windsurfing on ice. After all, this is the land of 10,000 lakes. So just because Old Man Winter turns the water into ice doesn't mean we don't continue to use the lakes. And of course, this isn't the only way. Oh yeah, some folks go racing on the ice. In this case, with ATVs. Well, that's right, and only here in the North Country would anyone come up with an idea like this, and it's been going on for years. In fact, there's all kinds of racing on the ice, including car racing. Well, that's right. By midwinter, the ice on Minnesota's lakes is so thick, even the weight of cars won't break through, even at 80 miles an hour. Now, of course, as much fun as this is, it can get a little noisy on top of the ice. So that's why some Minnesotans like to spend time under the ice instead. Now this is quiet. All I can hear is my own breathing and my own heart beating, because it's silent and still and a little scary. And that's why strict safety standards are maintained at all times. Oh, and oh yes, one more thing. It's also very, very cold. But I'm wearing a dry suit, which keeps me dry and warm. Now, it worked under the water. It also worked when I was on top of the water. When I was invited to join one group of Minnesotans who spends every New Year's Day doing this, water skiing on the Mississippi. The driver is keeping his eye out for ice just in case. But I am doing great. I'm going up and over the wake and having all kinds of fun. But then, all of a sudden, I'm down. I don't know what happened.
A New Year's Day tradition, and I gotta tell you, you'd probably expect me to say, it's really not that cold out here. Baloney.
But this is no baloney, because each year, just across the Minnesota border in Siren, Wisconsin, snowmobilers actually see if they can ride across open water. It's called snowmobile water skipping, and sometimes they make it, and sometimes they don't. Well, the only thing left to do is to show you what happened when I tried to invent my own new wintertime sport, snowmobile water skiing. But no dry suit, nope, only a shirt and shorts. Oh, and one other thing, the chill factor on this day was 25 degrees below zero. This was great. I was gonna be famous, inventing a new winter sport. I was waving to the crowd. I knew I was off to a great beginning. The ending, however, needs a little work.
Superman Gary Lumpkin, KSTP. Great stuff, Gary. Thank you. Good job. We'll be back with some exotic animals from the Minnesota Zoo.
Monday on Live, back in our New York studios from the new WKRP in Cincinnati and Roseanne, actor Michael DeBars.
I think we just saw a shot of the famous falls at Minnehaha. Did you notice that?
I did. I was looking at the porcupine.
Looks terrific.
Sorry. She's looking at you.
Yes.
She can't believe her eyes.
Now we're about to visit the Minnesota Zoo, one of the top zoos in the world. And it's nice to have you here. And here's Julie Ann Lee. Yes, nice to have you here, Julie Ann. Yeah. Second biggest zoo in the country, also ranks as one of the nation's 10 best, and this is one of your attractions.
And this is Ouch, and she obviously is a North American porcupine, and she's looking for a treat. Would either one of you like to give her a treat?
Sure, we would love to.
She's pretty gentle. You just have to stay away from the tail.
There's only one person who can put this in her mouth, and I guess...
and it's Ouch.
This is a big piece. Is she going to handle this?
You can give it to her, and she'll take it into her little hands.
Is she going to take it in? Ouch, it's me, Regis.
Nope, take the other one. Here she goes, and we can get her to come up the...
Is that
there we go. Porcupines have about...
Wow, but look at that. Yeah.
Is she gentle? She's very gentle. They have about 30,000 quills, if you can believe it, on their bodies. She's got these guard hairs that help keep rain and snow off of her. And then you can see some of the quills there. She's got the heavy underfur, the dark underfur, and that's what keeps her warm in the winter in Minnesota.
I didn't realize they're so cute.
They're darling, and they're...
Are they endangered or any problem?
No, they're not. They're pretty common in Minnesota. You see them in the nighttime. So if you're out at night, long nails, long nails.
Okay, what's next?
We have some more animals over here.
Little jewelry on her, and you know.
Take her to lunch.
We brought today 2 owls, actually the Great Dane of the owl world, and also the littlest one that we have practically in Minnesota. This is one of the smallest ones. A lot of people think that big owls are the moms and dads, and the little species of owls are the babies, but this is actually sort of like the chihuahua of the bird world.
And won't get any bigger than this.
She won't get any bigger than this. This is Mavis, and she's 4 years old, and she's an eastern screech owl. And even though she's kind of a little guy, she still has all the equipment that the big guys have. She's got the curved talons that she uses to catch her prey, which is mice. And you can actually touch her and see how soft she is. Owls are mostly feathers. Mostly feathers. They've also got hollow bones, so they don't weigh very much. She weighs about as much as 2 sticks of butter.
Okay.
So not terribly much.
All right, so that's one of the smallest ones.
That's one of the smallest ones.
Do we have one of the largest ones
too?
too?
We have another one here.
Do they get along, the little ones with the big ones?
Well, actually, the little ones could become dinner for the big ones.
Boy, this is more than an owl, isn't it? This is look at those eyes. Speak of intensity.
Wow.
Whoa!
This owl was doing some drinking last night. Look at the color of those eyes.
This owl was out with Prince last night.
This is actually one of the biggest owls in the world. This is a Eurasian eagle owl, and they're native to Asia and to Europe, as their name would suggest. And I can see, let me see if I can get him to spread his wings a little bit so you can see how large he is.
Hey. Oh. Good, Reach. Good.
Come on up.
Very good.
It worked. Well, that got him to spread his wings.
Yes.
He has a wonderful way with animals.
It's only me, Regis.
One of the things you'll notice about him are those bright orange eyes.
Yes.
And that's something you don't see on any of the owls in North America.
All right.
Are they really nocturnal, Julie? And
they're also nocturnal. Yes.
Okay, this is a good view of the owl too.
Okay.
And the same to you. Oh, and here comes an Appaloosa reindeer.
Oh my gosh, is that adorable? Now watch out for her antlers.
You just have to watch her antlers, but she doesn't mind if you touch her neck. This is Malibu, and she's a reindeer, and they're domesticated animals, and that's important to know. She's not a wild animal, although in Minnesota we used to have her cousins, the caribou, which are wild animals. You can touch her neck if you want to.
Just her neck.
Just her neck, yeah.
Now, tell me about this horn. Why does that go out like that?
That's actually a brow tine, and reindeer do have one of those, and she grows it on the same side every year. They also shed their antlers every year, which is something that people don't often know. Actually, this one is pregnant right now. The females retain their antlers a lot longer so they can dig for snow in the wintertime when they're pregnant.
Feed their babies.
And feed their babies.
See, there's
right.
a reason for
Defended from the
everything.
males.
I tried to tell you that, Reach.
Yeah. Well, so that's what a reindeer looks like. They don't get any bigger than this?
No, that's why Santa needs 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Because they're not very big, so he needs a lot to pull his thing.
Yeah.
One thing you should
Like
look
big
at,
dogs.
too, her feet, her hooves, right, are very large, they're very wide, and that they act kind of like snowshoes.
She's got weird toes.
Yeah.
They do. They go like around each other. I guess that's to grip the snow.
And it works as a snowshoe. So
All right. Well, thank you very much. I had no idea a reindeer looked like that. Okay.
We're going to move on to one of the favorite animals at the zoo, actually, now.
I'm a little worried about Cody. He still thinks it's a cow.
Oh, kind of looks like a cow.
Oh, a parrot.
And this is Alex. He's an African gray parrot, but he actually likes to tell you his name. Can you tell us your name? Alexander. Good.
What did he say his name was?
Can you tell us your name? Alexander. Good. Alexander.
Hey, Alexander, it's me, Regis.
Is this Regis? There's Kathy Alexander.
Hello.
Can you wave to them? Wave. Good. Very good. And I suppose we should probably say hello. Hello. How about a deeper voice? Hello. Very good. And since we are in Minnesota, we need to officially welcome you to Minnesota by doing our state bird. And he does a loon. Can you do your loon? Good. It's a little loon. Kind of a little loon. It's a little loon.
Talented bird.
And probably what we should do before we go any further is give him a chance to sort of, it's kind of cold outside today, so he should probably warm up a little bit. Can you do your warm up? Alex actually lived with a family for a while before he came to the zoo, so he's learned some household kinds of sounds that you would hear in your home. Can you do a telephone? Telephone? Good. Kind of a funny telephone. How about a pager? And here's one that the sound people always love. Can you do feedback? Pretty obnoxious.
Terrific, isn't it?
Parrots don't make very good pets because they do make a lot of obnoxious sounds. Can you do your whistle? Nice. He gets into trouble when he does that one, so we trained him to do another one. Can you call the dog? Good. And the family that Alex lived with taught him some math things. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we'd like to do with you now, if you're game, is to challenge him to a math contest.
Sure.
Well,
you're both really good at
math.
How about
I
two?
guarantee you that bird knows more than I do.
I have to tell you what they are.
Okay.
That's the way we work it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you like addition?
Yes.
How about 1 plus 3?
4.
Give me a chance, will you? I'm thinking.
How about, should we try subtraction?
Sure.
Subtraction.
Okay, how about 7 minus 3?
4.
It's almost a tie. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, have some bird seed.
How about if we try one more now? And pretty tasty, aren't they? We'll try a square root. That's a little bit harder for Alex.
Now you're getting into my category.
Okay. How about the square root of 49 minus 3?
4.
7.
It is minus 3.
It is 4.
It's 4.
Wow.
So you've probably figured out by now what Alex's cue is to say the word 4. We say 3.
4.
And he says 4. And if it even sounds close to that, if we say something like, oh, you're out playing golf and you hit your golf ball over a tree, what do you say when you hit it over a tree? 4. So anything close will work. Alex also mimics some other animals that he sees at the zoo. One of them is a horse. It's a little horse. And he also does an owl. Hoo-hoo, it's a little owl. And there's another one that he does that's actually a pretty large animal. How about a whippoorwill? Pretty good.
All right, you got one big finale for Alex?
We do.
Yeah.
Well, Alex actually is pretty good at following the stock market. Can you do your... What happened today in the stock market?
All right, Alex, thank you so much. And thank you, Julianne. The Minnesota Zoo is located in Apple Valley, about 20 miles south of here. Goodbye, Alex, and thank you, Julianne. We'll be right back with some details of our makeover and some questionable medical devices in a moment.
Tuesday on Live, back in our New York studios from the hit new movie Fried Green Tomatoes, actress Mary Stuart Masterson.
All right, thank you. Wedding week is coming to Live.
Whether you wanted to or
whether
not.
you're ready or not, it's coming. Yes, on February 14th, we'll have another wedding here on Live. But for those of you out there who are still unattached and would like to meet your possible mate in life, we're also going to have our very first makeover matchmaking contest, which we are calling our...
Match Makeover.
Good. This means we're going to select 3 men and 3 women. Makes sense to me so far.
We hope it works out that way.
Give them a fabulous makeover, match them up, and send them on their dream dates. 3 couples.
To live happily ever after, as we see it.
Yes, and maybe perhaps get married on the show. Who knows? In any event, our 3 couples will be selected by our live staff and Christine Kunzelman. We will make over and match our first couple on February 10th, and Kathy and I have found our perfect matches.
He always stumbles over this part.
You can find yours. Oh, okay, fine. Gilman getting sentimental. So, more details right now? Sure, okay. Here's our
Tony
announcer,
Piglet,
Tony Pig, yes.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker.
If you're still waiting to meet your Prince or Princess Charming and would like a makeover, send us a letter of 1 page or less to enter our Match Makeover contest and tell us why you or someone you know deserves a makeover and to be matched up with a dream date. Let us know what kind of person would be the perfect match for you or your nominee. Include the name, address, phone number, and a recent photo of the Match Makeover nominee. Mail your entry to Live Match Makeover, 279 South Beverly Drive, Suite 30, Beverly Hills, California, 90212. Entries must be received by February 3rd, 1992. The 3 couples will be selected on the basis of their letter, personality, location, potential for change, and their matchmaking eligibility, and must be available to appear on our program between February 6th and 13th.
Make me a match, all my own.
Okay, hope you are a winner in our match makeover.
Yes.
Now, in just a moment, you're going to meet the gentleman who has started the museum here in this area and devoted to questionable medical practices, which are quite funny. For example, here is a chair. What was this chair good for?
This is a vibrating chair, right?
Vibrating chair. Take care of all of your ills. And there it is. And boy, it really does vibrate. And we're going to come back and meet Bob McCoy in just a moment. I love it. I want to take it home with me.
Thursday on Live, back in our New York studio, stylist to the stars, Louis Licari presents A New You for 92.
We're back now from the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, and this is Bob McCoy, who has this museum we were telling you about, all of these old-fangled medical devices.
Get on with it.
Put your head back. Now, what is the purpose of this vibrating machine?
It's supposed to make you regular.
Make you regular?
Who told you?
You better get off it right now. We got a little more show to do.
Regular what?
It was invented by Dr. Kellogg in 1900.
Oh, good, Bob. Now, Bob, you've had these around your house for years, and you decided to have a museum?
Actually, most of this has been loaned to me by the American Medical Association, the Food and Drug Administration, the St. Louis Science Center. Most of these have been seized, that's right.
Seized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Yes, this is a breast normalizer. It was invented, it was in 1959, and it's supposed to make breasts that are too large shrink, those that are too small grow. Removes double chins, restores falling arches, and regenerates dead brain cells.
Does it move or anything?
Well, it does have controls over here, and it does have radio tubes. They thought that radio and magnetism was very important as a way of producing health. Sound waves, mainly radio, magnetism, and ultraviolet.
Like I said.
What year, Bob?
1956. This was seized...
fairly recently.
Oh, yes. We have some things from 1990 I'll show you in a minute.
Kidding.
Now, this is a antique phrenology machine. The people who believed in phrenology in the early 1900s and 1800s, they thought you could tell personality by the bumps on your head. This was made by a man in Superior, Wisconsin. Now, who's going to volunteer for this?
From the Psychograph Company. Regis is perfect for him.
Now, you're going to tell me what my personality is from the bumps?
We're going to rate your character 1 through 5, 1 being deficient and 5 being superior.
Well, we don't need this for that.
Now let's see what it says. It's actually going to print out. It does work.
Yeah.
The people who
really
built
huge.
these were just misguided a
Feel
little
like
bit.
something got to steal magnolias.
Now let's see what we're finding. Well, you're a rather unique young man. It says your individuality is quite high. Nobody can tell you anything.
That's right.
Also, your sexual enthusiasm's a little low.
Right again.
Says you got to cultivate your erotic nature.
Oh, really?
But you do like approbation, you love fame and esteem, and like spending money. Your sense of inquisitiveness is pretty
That's the
good.
only thing you got wrong.
Okay, very good.
Now,
what do we have here?
This is the printout you can look at. This is something from the 1990s. Back in 1930, they invented the device that would massage your eyeballs to improve your eyesight.
You know what? After that thing, you need that.
Well, you just put this...
You just put this to your head. It was invented by a man named Dr. Bates.
Wow.
Completely
Take your contact
fraudulent.
lenses off first.
Now, this is from 1990. This is just as fraudulent as those were. These are still being sold, even though they were outlawed by the FDA in 1990.
holes in these
Those little pinhole glasses are completely worthless. A lot of the things in the museum were not only worthless, but they harmed people who relied upon them to have regular medical care. Now, let's see this. This is a magnificent thing called a McGregor Rejuvenator. Uses radio waves, magnetism, infrared, and ultraviolet to reverse the aging process. You ready for this?
Cody's going to come out the other end.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn it on now.
Now, don't hurt him.
Now, the magnetic field is set up. The radio is going through his earpieces, and we're ready to take you out now to see how you're doing. Oh, you're okay?
Here I am.
Ah, they're amazing.
Sorry. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. That's
Bob,
the
thanks
Museum of
very much.
Questionable Medical Devices located at St. Anthony, Maine in Minneapolis. We'll be right back.
Thursday on Live from our New York studios, news veteran Peter Jennings.
Well, we've had a wonderful time here in the Twin Cities. I want to thank everybody for being so wonderful to us. Incidentally, this is Gelman's mouth guard. That's how it came out. You see, it just took about an hour.
And you want to wear it?
No, Gelman is going to wear this. Just want you to know what's in Gelman's mouth for the rest of his life. Little teeth Gelman has. Anyway, we wanted to thank all our friends at KSTP TV, including Harold Crump, the general manager.
John Deegan, the program director.
Yes, and all our pals at KS95 Radio.
And our announcer for the
And our announcer, Leighton
Peck,
Peck, who's done such a great job. We really love being here. It's a wonderful city and a terrific time of year for you all, the Winter
great
Carnival.
amusements.
Read about it for so many years and happy to be a part of it this year. And hope you have a terrific Super Bowl, okay, on Sunday.
Everybody out of Dayton today.
That's right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Some members of our studio audience will receive the following. Tupperware, the first name in freshness, has a fresh new look. Available through your local Tupperware consultant. When you have a box of Cremette, you have dozens of meals at your fingertips. Cremette, there's a lot to like in the little green box. From Jonelle, Calcium Growth Accelerator helps nails grow longer and stronger as it thickens and hardens weak and brittle nails. For nail care, it's Jonelle. Eucalyptamine ointment for arthritis pain relief. So effective, you may not need a pain relief pill. Eucalyptamine, use only as directed.
Monday on Live from our New York studios, actors Paul Sorvino and Michael DeBars and Richard Simmons.
right?